test, test. Welcome back to the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando, Florida. We're here for the third and final day. We're in the bronze bracket here of the Sunshine Classic as we're set to take on Cape Coast 16 Delta. They're from down in Melbourne, Florida, near NASA actually, not too far south of there, Cocoa Beach, somewhere around there. And we're underway as Kennedy will get this one up to Allie. She finds Greta. Greta goes off backside, and we'll take the first point and get started off on the right foot. So we've got at most two matches today. There's 4 teams in the bronze bracket. We just watched the first match of the day, and it was against a team we haven't seen that played that Dallas team that we lost to on Friday. And that one will come into the seam. Reagan got a hand on it, but that's all she could do. And that Dallas team lost, so we will not get a rematch with them. If we win here, we'll take on the other team, and I'll have to do some research, see who that was. But right now, we're tied up 1-1 against this Cape Coast team. Don't know what the holdup is here. I have heard that the Wi-Fi in the building has been terrible, and all of the electronic devices that are the scorecards, scorekeeping, are hooked to the Wi-Fi, and every now and then there's a great smash by Jane as she takes it down the left side. As I was saying, I think every now and then they will log out or something of that nature, and they have to log back in, or if someone makes a mistake, there's a lot of undo and redo, and not quite like having it on paper. Technology's great when it works for you. Right now, we're up 2-1 as Cam goes to serve. She'll send it short middle. Libero sends it up to her setter. Free ball coming. Kennedy up to Allie. Allie gets it to Delaney in the middle, and Delaney goes for a headhunting tour as she takes out the libero. And we're up 3-1. Netting didn't work too well there. Is there a hole in the net? Right in the middle. Beautiful. And Cam has the ball. We're ready to serve as the up ref says play ball. Cam will send it left side. Sprayed off. Libero has to get a hit on it, and that comes over free ball. Cam to Allie. Allie pushes it out to Jane. Jane gets a good swing, but Cape Coast plays it up. Down ball rejected by Delaney, and the Great Wall of Rockwood showing its face early, 4-1. Cam sends it left side, sprayed off. This is going to come from the right side. Missed hit, almost a swing and a whiff. But that'll give us a 5-1 lead. Cam ready to serve it up again. She'll go short middle. Libero squats down. Setter gets it to nobody. Libero has to free ball it over. Greta gets it to Allie. She turns and dumps it. And Jane tries to clean up the mess but gets her own rebound. Jane then sends it off the hands, and the up ref's going to say, no, that one didn't make it over. That'll be a 4 on us. And we'll hold on to the 5-2 lead as we'll side it out. Short serve, Greta squats down, gets it to Allie. Allie finds Jane off the high hands, played up by Cape Coast. That's from the south ball all the way here to the ESPN Siete studio, and that'll be another point for your Rockwood Thunder. Allie back to serve. She gets it seam right. That's a free ball coming. Reagan's got it up to Allie. Allie's going to find Zoe Parks, and she'll hammer that one down. Too hot to handle. And we're up 7-2 early here in set one. Alley's serve goes right side, pushed over to the right side, comes cross court. Alley has to play it. Reagan out of system to Zoe. She'll tip it up and over the block. Bounced around, not coming back, and another Thunder point. And as my friend Garth Brooks would say, let the Thunder roll. Alley serves this one down the right side. Setter pushes it to her outside to southpaw, gets some touch on that one as that went off the high hands at the net. Greta will play that one up to Olivia, and Jane will get called in the net on that one as she tried to stay out of it, but unable to. We'll line up and do it again. We have them doubled up, 8-4. Comes cross court. Jane has to get a little help from Greta, and Olivia will free ball it over, short middle. Quick set to the middle. The block is up. Jane says, not on my watch, and does it again. This one will come at Olivia. Reagan will play the out of system over to Zoe. Zoe sends it cross court, played up by Cape Coast. Greta to Olivia. Quick set to Delaney, and Delaney will treat that one like a fat kid in a Snicker bar, and she ate it up. 9-4 now in favor of your Rockwood Thunder. Chloe sends it left side, sprayed a little bit. Free ball from behind the 10-foot line. Reagan up to Olivia. She'll find Greta, and Greta will just turn and find the open spot on the court and place it there nicely. That'll bring us to our trucker score of 10-4, good buddy. We appreciate all you over-the-roaders that keep our goods a-trucking. That's a timeout for Cape Coast, and we'll be back after this quick timeout. All right, we're back after the timeout with a 6-point advantage, and Chloe's set to serve it up. Up ref sporting the same hairdo as me. I like it. Chloe will send it left side. Setter gets it over to her outside. Chloe, I'll high hand that one up. Liv gets under it and gets it to Greta. And we got a net violation. I'm not sure on who, but he called one on us. So we're up a handful. Chloe to Olivia. Greta will turn and dump it. That looked like it might have been going out. She got some help from Cape Coast. Chloe to Liv. Liv's going to find Zoe. Zoe sends that one a little too far and no touch. Well, this offer will come back middle. Reagan will sidestep and get that one up to Liv. She'll find Zoe. This one from the outside comes cross court and all the way out of bounds. And Reagan did a good job of following that one. And she'll get a chance to go back behind the charity stripe. And we got something here. The Cape Coast is wanting to argue with the up ref. I can't make it out. I don't know what was going on, but something with a fan back there. Reagan's serve will go back at her opposing libero, and that one will come at Reagan. She'll get it up to Liv. Liv will find Zoe. Good rebound by Chloe as that came off the block. Greta turns on that one, and that was smashed right down the line. And we got them back to doubled up, 12-6. Reagan will send a seam left and get the ace. We'll take a 13-6 lead. Hey, we'd love to give a shout out to our friend Joe. We absolutely miss you here, Joe. Wish you well. Hope you're tuning in to the Siete, enjoying Big Red as I bring you all the calls. Chloe gets it up to Liv. She turns and dumps it into the Hertz donut. (14-6) now your score. Reagan with a screamer down the left side. That's going to find the line for Cape Coast and bring them a point. That'll sail along all the way to Capistrano, and another Rockwood point. I gave it to the wrong side. 15-7 is the correct score. Kennedy looked like a little miss hit for her, and that one sailed out of bounds. Kennedy up to Allie. She turns and dumps it. Ref says, no, that was good. That was on the outside of the antenna, and the line judge did not call it. And maybe I was wrong, but it sure looked like it to me. It's 15-9 in favor of the Thunder. And that one will go long. There's another Thunder point. And Greta will serve it up. She'll go across middle and too far. And that cuts our lead to 6. Tough serve. Kennedy fights it off. Allie gets it out to Jane. Jane switches up and goes southpaw on us there and gets the kill. That one blocked, but down on our side, and that'll be a Cape Coast point. Sorry, I got a text saying I had the wrong date on there, and I appreciate that. Got that all fixed. All right, folks, it's 18-11 here late in the back half of set number 1 of the bronze bracket as Jane tools that one like Tim the Toolman Taylor sends that one home. And Allie to serve it up. She'll go down the right side, sprayed a little bit. It's coming from the southpaw into the net. And we're rolling into the back third, well in charge here, 20-11. That'll be a timeout for Cape Coast. We'll be back with you after this quick timeout. And fresh out of the timeout, Allie ready to serve it up. Up 9. Make it 10, and she gets the ace. And we're up a sack full of nickels. Up 2 of them at least. 21-11. Allie goes to the right side. That's going to spray all the way over, and there's free ball coming. Reagan gets it up to Allie. Allie finds Jane. She's rejected, and that was a tough one as that came back at her quick. (21-12) the count, and Cape Coast to serve. That one will go off Reagan, a little awkward, but get some help from Jane. Jane does a good job of running it down. Tipped over. Olivia has to play it. Reagan gets an out of system to Greta from behind the 10-foot line, but she'll find the net with it. And we'll line up and do it again. That one will sail all the way to Captain Jack Sparrow, and that'll be another Rockwood point. Chloe up this time. She'll go short middle. Libero gets it up to her setter. Quick set to the middle. Over. Olivia has to play it. Reagan out of system to Greta. This time Greta gets a nice swing on it. Goes cross court. Tipped over. Reagan diving effort to get there. Can't pull it up. And we're at 22-14. Reagan with a diving dig on that one. Olivia gets it to Greta. Greta goes just a little bit to the right with that one. And that'll send another point over to Cape Coast. Holding on to a 7-point lead here late in the back third of set number 1. Greta up to Liv. Liv just turns and dumps it. Comes over in 2. Chloe read it. Liv gets it to Zoe Davis. She throws it back left. Tipped over. Greta's there. Liv back set to Zoe Parks. She goes into the middle. Libero sends it over to the outside. Chloe will get a little help from Reagan. We'll send it over and regroup. Nice hit picked up nicely by Chloe. Olivia gets it to Zoe. Zoe dumps it. Bounced around. Here comes a free ball. Now do something, girls. Chloe to Olivia. She sets it too far. Reagan gets the one-handed send back over, but that comes back over quick on us, and we'll drop another point there. Girls need to clean it up a little bit here as we're trying to close out this first set. Reagan will get it to Liv. Greta will hit it over the block. Kate goes from behind the 10-foot line. Chloe's got it. Liv back set to Zoe. She has to regroup, and there's a net I would hit the antenna. And we're just a little out of sync here compared to how we were for the first 22 points. Let's get it out of our system so we don't have it in the second set. Reagan will run under that one. Liv will send it to Zoe. She punches it over. From the right outside into the net. They're going to say that was blocked, so I'll put a highlight in there for Zoe. And Reagan's got the 23-17 lead and has serve. How about two and close it out? Reagan will send that one over to the right side. Into the middle. Olivia has to play it. Reagan gets it to Zoe. Zoe gets a nice swing on it. Free ball coming. Chloe to Liv. Liv to Cam, and Cam do attitude coming through once again as she finds that opening in the left side. And tucked it in there like a kid at nighttime. 24-17. Set point. Reagan to the right side. That's going to get sprayed way up in the air. Reagan with a diving effort to get there. Liv unable to play it off the net, and we'll line up and have to win this one on a side out. This one will come back at Chloe. Liv's going to get a quick one to Cam. That's going to get blocked at the net. Greta unable to pick it up. All right, guys, 24-19. Let's close this out. Chloe up to Liv. Liv gets a quick one to Cam. She dumps it middle. Okay. And we're going to get a net violation. That'll end it. Set one in the books, 25-19 in favor of your Rockwood Thunder. We'll be back to bring you set two after both coaches set their lineups and have a talk. We'll see you then. right, we're here for set 2, and your Thunder will start it off as Reagan sends it right side. That'll come cross court. That one shoot her up a little bit, and Cape Cod will take the first point. Chloe will get a little help from Zoe, and Greta will be blocked at the net as this Cape Coast team has a couple tall girls, especially over on their right side. And that's generally where you want your best blocker. Chloe will dive down and get that one. We'll send it over. This sprayed around a little bit from the outside, tipped over. Greta's got it. Allie will send it to Zoe. Zoe dumps it into the right side. Free ball. Chloe to Allie. She'll set the quick one to Cam. And bam, bam, Cam went Flintstones on it again and sent that one down. Two to one now in favor of Camp Coast. Zoe Parks back to serve it up. She'll find the net and stretch that lead to 3-1. But as I was saying, defensively, your right side really should be your best blocker because you're going up against the outsides, which are normally the best hitters. And that one's going to sail away all the way about an inch past the line. Looks like we got another issue at the iPad. Probably logged out on him again. Hey, got it remedied. Way to go, girls. And we're ready to resume play as Greta's set to serve one here from the left side. She'll send it cross court. Setter's going to give it back to her outside. Greta steps in front of that one. Kennedy out of system to Jane. Jane hits that up and over the block and down. And we're tied at Trey. Tree apiece. Greta goes steam right. Nice play by their back row. And their middle had an easy dump on that one. Reagan will play that up to Allie. Allie gets it to Jane. She goes back middle. Back right. Reagan will play that one. Allie feeds it back to Jane. She goes up and over the block. That's going to come over and one. Reagan's there. Allie with the quick back set to Cam. And we're going to say that didn't make it over the net, and that'll be another Cape Coast point. We find ourselves down 2 here early in set 2. If you're just joining us, we did win the first set. Reagan chose poorly on that one as she sidestepped it and watched it thinking it was going out. That one didn't look like it was going to make it over the net, and it barely did, and found the middle. And we're down a TNT handler handful. 4. Greta up to Allie. Allie finds Jane. She goes back left. Pushed over to the outside. That's going to find the net. And we'll side it out and bring it over our side, down 7-4. Cam goes left side. It's going to get pushed over to the right side, and Jane is there. Went Elvis Presley style and returned to sender. It's the Heinz 57 score as Cam set to serve one. Goes left side again. Setter has to run a long way to get that one, and that's going to get rejected. And we're at the famous 6-7 score. Not sure what that means, 6-7. But we're on the wrong side of it. Cam with the ace knocks us up at 7. One more of those and we'll take her to Vegas. That one will find the net and recapture the lead for Cape Coast. Greta up to Allie. Allie with the quick dump, and it's picked up by Cape Coast. Reagan gets that one. Allie finds Jane. And Jane turned on that one like a rabid dog and sent that down the left side. Ties us up at 8. Allie will go short left. Setter runs a long way from the outside. Delaney got hands on him. It came down on our side. Deep serve at Jane. Liv unable to play that up, but the cleanup's gonna go out of bounds. That one worked in our favor. That'll bring in Chloe as she runs towards the service line with a smile on her face. She'll send it right side. Can't get that one over the net. And she needed to grow a couple inches. 10-9 in favor of your Rockwood Thunder. Chloe served back middle, eats her up a little bit. The outside has to regroup. That'll go off Liv and back here to the netting. We'll be tied at 2 handfuls apiece. That's 4 bags of nickels if you're wanting to check on it. Lollipop to Reagan. Lil get it up to Liv. And Greta. Woo! That was a pretty one as Greta turned on that one, hit it cross court, cut it over to the right side. Cut that one like a hot knife through butter. 10-11, or 11-10 in favor of the Thunder as Reagan will send that one to her fellow libero on the other side. Good job, the girls blocked that one and got their own rebound. This one coming from the right side, and that's rejected by Greta. And Greta saying access denied on that one. Reagan will go short right side. From the middle, Cam was there, but unable to push it back over the other side. Came down on our side of the net. Nursing a 1-point lead here in the middle of set 2. Short serve. Greta and Chloe come together. Liv's going to get it to Zoe. Zoe finds the right side. Zoe will get a chance to serve. That was an ugly one by the setter, and the up ref agrees. That's not how you set. And he called her out on it. It's 14-11 now in favor of the Thunder. Zoe will send this one down the right side. Sprays all the way over left. Scramble to get it. Great effort by our team. All the girls coming together there to keep that one alive. Big dig by Reagan as that was hammered at her. This one from the outside and not making its way over. And the up ref's going to say that was a block, so we'll put a highlight in there for Cam and probably Allie, I would guess. And we'll get a timeout. Cape Cod wants to talk about it. We'll be back after this brief timeout. All right, we're back out of the timeout. 15-11 the lead. Zoe will send that one right side. From the outside, up and over the block, Chloe sends it up to Allie, and she'll get Greta. Greta, Toolman tailors that one, tools it off the block. 16-11. We've been waiting on that as long as we've been waiting on Joe to show up with his Uber that he said he was coming from St. Louis with last night. Come on, Joe, get here. Dinner's getting cold. Zoe sends it seam right. This one sprayed around, free ball coming. And Zoe last minute decided to play that one. Looked like it might have been going out. And we'll drop that point. I can't imagine what the fee must be on that Uber to come from St. Louis to Orlando, but if anyone would do it, it would be Joe. 16-12. Reagan runs that one under and unable to get it up to her teammates. She's got this one, though. Nice pass up to Allie. Cam smashes that one, but goes just a bit outside, and we'll line up again, nursing a 2-point lead. Kennedy up to Allie. Allie has to just turn and dump it. She does a good job of that. And she can do that because she's front row as a setter. And we found the hole in the net again. What are the odds? Well, it's happened twice, so the odds are pretty good. Kind of like the Hunger Games. The odds are forever in your favor. I think the odds of the girl from the other court getting the ball back to us are pretty low, though. All right, we're back here on court 87 with the ball, and Greta ready to serve. She finds the net. Well, boy, we get a lot of net here today. (17-15), Cape Coast serve. Reagan will get that one up to Allie. Jane smashes that one down. Went all She-Hulk on that one and smashed it. Cam goes left side. Setter's going to set it to nobody was sure. And Kennedy and Greta come together, unfortunately, on that one. Hopefully everybody's okay. They high-fived each other, so no blood, no foul. Greta up to Allie. Jane, wow. That looked like they were just wanting to watch Jane swing at that one as she had an easy swing at that one up and over the block and down in the middle back. And there wasn't a Cape Coast girl and 2 zip codes. 19-16 now in favor of the Thunder. Allie goes right side. Setter pushes it behind her to her right side, and that's not going to make it over. The up ref says that one hit the net. That'd be 4 hits on Cape Coast. And we'll have another timeout for Cape Coast. That'll be their last. We'll be back after that. All right, we're back out of the timeout, having a nice conversation with the broadcaster next to me who's recording his daughter's game and asked me which daughter was mine. I pointed out Reagan. He goes, looked at me and he goes, you produced the libero? I go, matter of fact, I produced 2 of them. They did not capture any of my height. They caught their mom's height. 21-16. Allie goes left side. Quick set to the middle, and that never made it up and over the net. And now the Thunder's in business as we're 3 points away from closing out this first match of the bracket. Allie will find the net with it. This one will come back at Reagan. She'll get it up to Liv. Liv to Jane. Jane was blocked, but they got a net violation on Cape Coast. And that'll put us at 23. They marked the score on the wrong side. They gave the score to the wrong team. They got it right. It's 23-17. They didn't remove the point. Nice dig by Chloe. There, they got the score right. That's gonna sail away. And we're at set and match point, 24-17. Chloe to the right side. Middle turns and dumps it. Liv has to play it. Reagan to Zoe. Zoe's will go just a little long and will again line up and have to win this one on a side out. Chloe dives under it. Delaney sends it over. Libero gets the out of system to the outside, and that'll do it, folks. 25-18, this one's in the books. I think we'll be playing right away as we'll have the championship match against that team that beat the Dallas team. So I'll kill the feed for a few minutes while I regroup everything, and then we'll see you back here shortly.